this is Timmara, signing on with some more Dark Souls Remastered. Or should I say the last part of Dark Souls Remastered, in theory. Okay, anyway, so last time I finished the DLC and beat Manus, it was surprisingly quick. And now it's time to finally wrap up the base game by defeating the Fire Lord Gwyn. We have all the Lord Souls, and I'm as prepared as I'm gonna be. So let's do this. Alright, now we just gotta wake up this guy. Hey! Hey! I don't want to hurt him, am I supposed to?
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
Well and wide awake. Not treat me like an old withering snake.
Well, then wake up, darn it. I was worried about attacking him, because usually when you attack an enemy, they get hostile. Alright.
I am pleased to see you well.
Thank you.
Is it something urgent?
Let's go. Oh, yeah, right, we can feed him stuff.
Very well. Then stay still for a moment.
We'll let him eat us again, and then we can go back to the Lord Vessel and open the gateway to Gwyn. I'm just gonna let this horrifying scene play out again. Down he goes. Shoot, sorry. Voice doesn't sound quite right. Hopefully it's not too noticeable on the recording. I feel good, but bleh. Something in my throat. Alright, anyways, back down at the bottom. There's the Lord Vessel, and with the Firelink altar, and now with our Lord Souls in hand, let's offer all of them up at once. And the fire burns the brightest. Well, this is the second brightest burning fire. It's so beautiful. I see the guy. Looks like he just fell down. All right, and I think that's it. Can I repair? Everything should be good. Yeah. Yep, that's it. It gives us 20 Estus Flask now, and now we just move on forward. I'm just looking around because we got souls walking about. And here we are. Kiln of the First Flame. Oh, who's the summon sign? Kaguya. Nice. Anyways. So yeah, this is the kiln, and inside that kiln is going to be Gwyn. It's a very short run to him, and that's basically what we're going to do. Screw the knights leading up to him. We're just going to go straight for the fire. We're just like throwing the frying pan off the flame and jumping right into the fire. In theory. Gwyn... Sorry. Gwyn isn't a terribly difficult... Blah, 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 blah. Come on, English, Tim. Gwyn isn't a terribly difficult boss fight, but usually when I say that, it ends up biting me. But he's not hard, but he's definitely an epic fight. Just from, you know, the scale and his power. It's just it's a cool fight. Not the hardest final boss fight in the game, but definitely still a good one. So here we go. If I beat him on my first try, that would be fantastic, but not necessary. I think I went the wrong way. Black Knight armor. Can't be any better than what I've got now, so screw them. Okay, right, forward. And he's down there. Better watch out. Screw you, Black Knights. I don't want to do business with you. Tons of summon signs up front. The last boss I gotta beat, and that's everybody. I'm positive I've done every other boss. Here we go. To the fight for the first flame. Gwyn, Lord of Cinder. gonna take my time on this one. Oh, jeez. Also, the music. I don't really, notice music very much in games, but, this one, it's not like an epic score. It's kind of just like a somber note, because that's kind of appropriate for the fight. It's just, this, we'll get into it. Let's just focus on the fight. I gotta watch out, because he's got some powerful moves. Oh, I used way too many SS Blast there. I thought he was going to keep hitting me. Yeah, this is going... Oh, God. Heal. Uh-oh. Yeah, stuff like that. Gotta watch out for that. Ew. Don't hurt me, my lord. Even though I'm hurting you and about to kill you. Oh, that was... Did he like that? I was trying to make that epic. A death fit for a lord. Goodbye, Lord Gwyn. Again, I'm surprised how simple that was, considering... I swear, first time I fought him, he kicked my butt a lot, but not nearly as much as, someone Ornstein and Smaug. But, yeah, that was it. That was the Lord of Cinder. Be wary of liar. And yeah, that's it. That's the end, pretty much. We can either as soon as we light that bonfire, that rekindles the first flame, and, humanity lives on. But we can leave and bring about the Age of Darkness, or an Age of Darkness, and, just damn everything. We're obviously going to light the flame, but, that's it. So, you know what? We're going to disrobe. Just unequip everything. Maybe not that for New Game Plus. And yeah, just here we are. Flame is now lit. God, I've got ridiculous chest hair. Sorry, never noticed that, but here we go. And yeah, to link the first flame, you have to be a sacrifice, basically, in order to fuel the flame. So it's probably a very painful process, and now that I've gotten rid of all his armor, it's probably even more painful. Sorry, man. And that's it. To link the fire. That's the end of the game. That went faster than I expected. That was faster than beating Manus. So that's Dark Souls. Sorry about my voice. I don't know what's wrong with me tonight. But yeah, that's Dark Souls. It is still a fantastic game. Now, people have been complaining about the remaster and everything, or the base game. Well, we'll get to that. But yeah, Dark Souls Remaster is just... it's still a great game. The first time you go through it, everything is not a thrill. It's not sunshine and daisies and everything, but it's a game about persevering and just going forward. Every time you die, you learn on how to get farther, either into the dungeon you're facing, or how to further damage and get closer to beating the boss you're fighting. And it's kind of encouraging. Not all the deaths are fair. So, this game still has a ton of problems. Some of them more noticeable now in the remaster. Like, some of the bosses in hindsight aren't that great. Like the Capra Demon I've complained about before. The Taurus Demon isn't that great. And, you know, even some of the bosses that are supposed to be really tough really aren't. And even though, you know, I'm a veteran player, but even some of those bosses I remember being a lot harder, like Seath. But, or, no, I said that wrong. Weren't never that difficult. Bosses that were never that difficult. Like, Seath was never really a problem for me. Who else? There's more. I swear. But, you know, as you play through Dark Souls, you learn. You get stronger. You get better. You try things that you like. I play this game. This is basically how I play that, how I usually play Dark Souls. Just heavy tank hitter, just upgrade everything. Well, actually, very little upgrading, because I never played the DLC, so I never really had a reason to upgrade too much, but that Drake Sword just destroyed everything. And Quelaag's Fury Sword helped a lot until I couldn't really use it against a lot of the DLC bosses. It just was ineffective against them. But yeah, there's just so many different ways to play Dark Souls. If you're not into really difficult games and you want to still get through it, the easiest way might be is a pyromancy build, so I've heard. And yeah, it's still a great game. A lot of other glaring issues, though, like, again, some of the bosses aren't that great, and, you know, it only looks alright, and it's definitely the slowest feeling Dark Soul or Soulsborne game. Like, the next two Souls games, and Bloodborne especially, are a lot faster in pace and a lot more responsive to your lock-ons. So, yeah. And what else? There are a couple of other issues. Like, a ton of issues. The Demon Ruins and Lost Izalith are still not great areas. Those were actually unfinished, and the Bed of Chaos, like the creator Miyazaki has said, is a mistake. But despite all of Dark Souls' problems, it's still a great game and a great experience. And even though, you know, the sequels get better, I'll argue for Dark Souls 2 before anyone gets upset. But you know, this is always a game I come back to, despite its problems, despite, you know, despite the flaws, despite how many times I played it. I'm always finding something new every time I try it. And yeah, there's not really much else to say. It's just that good. It's a game that, you know, people say Dark Souls is about dying and despair and everything, but I disagree with that notion. Because in the end, when you move on, it's that hope that keeps you moving forward. That hope that you'll progress and beat the next challenge. The hope that basically fuels your fire in order to move on and finish the game, you know? So, yeah. Dark Souls, still a fantastic game, and if you haven't played it yet or have any interest in playing it despite its difficulty, I highly recommend it. New Game Plus, we just start off right back in the beginning. New Game Plus starts off right away, but we still got my old equipment and everything. And that's about it. New Game Plus, and there's really no benefits to beating the game multiple times. It increases enemy health and such. Not a big deal, but that's just what happens. But yeah, and that's about it. Dark Souls, still a fantastic game. The remaster is great, despite what people have been saying about certain things. It's still a good remaster, I think, but yeah, more stuff could have been done. Actually, the more I think about it, Gwyn needed more of an introduction. I think Gwyn needed more screen time, because I think when we entered for that first fight, he should have had like this big monologue about lighting the flame and such. Are you my successor? Can you beat me? He needed a good voice, you know? But, yeah. That's Dark Souls. I got through it. Praise the sun. I still don't have that emote. I have no idea what to do now. But, yeah. That's it. So, yeah. Dark Souls in general, still a great game. And you know, I'm going to play this probably a couple more times for the future to come. And yeah, keep that fire of hope lit. So, until next time, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Actually, wait, we're just going to go. Yeah, a title screen, that's probably a more seeing the title, that's probably a more fitting end than just seeing me there. So yeah, Dark Souls Remastered, I'll say it again, keep that fire of hope lit. Until next time, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe and all that. This is Timmara, signing off. And thank you for watching me play Dark Souls Remastered.